So you've decided to come to Ball State. Well, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, I know you've got a lot of questions. I'm here to tell you about where you're going to live and where you're going to eat. Why don't we check it out? Campus living is easy living. You're literally in the middle of everything. From the gym to the library and all of your classrooms, you're just a block or two away from everything, including the village area with all sorts of retail shops. As these students will tell you, residence hall life is a big part of your college experience.
The convenience of dining service, the convenience of not needing transportation to get back and forth to classes. I have a busy schedule and my classes are right here on campus, and it's a lot easier for me to get from the dorm to classes being here instead of being off campus.
It's close, everything's walking distance. You got access to a lot of things. I enjoy it. I have great visitation hours.
How many years have you lived on campus?
This is my 3rd year.
3rd year, great. What's the best part about living on campus? Why 3 years?
The people.
You like just having so many people around you?
Right, there's always somebody to talk to.
Just being close to everything, not have to worrying about parking.
Well, I prefer the dormitory, or the residence halls actually, just because everybody's here and you get everything you want to know from the people right on your floor, and food's right downstairs.
What about next year? Staying on campus?
Yeah, I'll be living in the same building actually.
All your friends are within walking distance. You don't have to drive anywhere. In fact, sometimes they live right across the hall, right next door.
Where does easy living start? Move-in weekend. Moving in can really be a lot of fun? Well, maybe not, but this is where your new life begins at Ball State. What's the best part about living on campus?
Convenience.
Convenience?
Yeah, it's just easy. Dining service is right here. It's easy to get to. Being in La Folle, it's easy to get over to the gyms and everything.
The best part about living on campus is that everything's close. You don't have to go very far to find anything, and there are always people around to help you out. If you're having trouble in a class, there's somebody that lives next door to you that's in that class with you, or knows somebody that's in that class, and that makes it a lot easier.
The best part about living on campus actually is the fact that they cook the meals for you. You wake up and you walk downstairs and your food's already prepared for you. There's 2,000 people within 100 square feet of you, and it's just everywhere you look, it's one of your friends.
I guess just meeting the people, and there's a bunch of people grouped together here, so you have to meet somebody.
Well, you've heard what the students think of the residence halls, but I know you're wondering, what's my room going to look like? Well, why don't I show you? Well, this is what the room's going to look like when you first show up. It's going to have a bed, a desk, a closet, a dresser, but from there, it's up to you. You can do what you want. Why don't we take a look at what some students have done with their rooms? As you can see, you can be pretty creative about decorating your room. Oh, whoa, wait a minute, you weren't supposed to see that one. Some students aren't as neat as others, but here are some better examples of what your room could look like. You can bring just about anything you want to make your room even more comfortable. Microwaves, refrigerators, TVs, VCRs, and stereos are just a few examples of easy living in a residence hall. On the other hand, there are some common sense restrictions. No appliances over 1.5 amps or 5 cubic feet. Also, nothing with an open flame or exposed heating element. Yeah, that's right, leave the nuclear reactors at home. And if your hall hasn't been recently renovated, you can even paint your room. We provide the paint and you provide the labor. Most decorating ideas are acceptable, including making lofts for your beds. And what's the best part about living at Ball State here on campus?
The best part about living on campus are probably you can see a lot more people than if you lived off. There's a lot more accessibility to friends and a lot more time to spend with them.
Best part of living in the hall,
the community. I know someone who lived off campus, and she said she'd love to move back in the halls. In fact, she's moving back in the halls because she just doesn't have as many friends as she did when she lived in the hall. So I think the friends that you make, the community that you build.
In your opinion, what's the best part about living on campus here at Ball State?
All the people you get to meet. I know people who live off campus, and they're like, I don't know anybody. So I don't know. That's the biggest advantage.
You walk in the first day and you see your room, and I remember my face turned white. I didn't know what I was going to do. I couldn't believe how bare it looked. But be yourself. Show who you are through your room. Like, I have pictures up, posters of people I admire and the teams that I like to watch. Just be yourself, and it'll come through in the designing of the room.
See, with a little ingenuity, you can have whatever you want in your dorm room, from a ceiling fan to a sushi bar. I wouldn't recommend the sushi bar, you know, the smell. But speaking of food, what's your favorite part about Out of Bounds?
It's fast.
Fast?
Kind of cool. Yeah, that's a lot going on there. You can always find your friends here.
Well, if home cooking is more up your alley, well, Ball State has America's Buffet. It's all you can eat, and it's just one more choice you have with your meal card.
Okay, America's Buffet offers 2 meat entrees, 1 vegetarian entree, 2 vegetables, a complete salad bar, desserts, and choice of 2 potato entrees.
What is the secret of putting the whipped cream flour on that chocolate pudding? They always look so perfect. Can you show us how it's done?
Sure.
It takes a very steady hand. That's it. If home cooking isn't your style, there's a lot of other choices. Don't worry. Behind me is the classic kettle. It's something for a person on the go, or maybe who likes to eat light. So there's always hot soup, there's always salad. Let's take a look.
We have chili, the cheese, ham, potato, au gratin. We have clam chowder and beef vegetable, homemade beef vegetable.
The best part about dining service this year is that they're offering more opportunities for students to get things on the go. I know that my class times are often during lunch or dinner, and they're offering more ways that you can get food to go, take it with you. It's a lot easier.
I think it's definitely the rolls make the meal. The dipping. See, the dipping. See how that is? It's a 3-point dip right there. 3-point dip. Yeah, that's how he's doing that.
The food at Ball State is excellent. Each meal meets government standards for nutrition. Well, I don't need this to tell you that the food at Ball State is good. In fact, it's great. And what's great about it is the choices that each student has. At some dining areas, it's all you can eat. At others, you only pick what you want, and you only pay for what you pick. Either way, the choice is yours because your meal card will work at any of the dining areas on campus. What's the best thing they have for students here at Woodward?
Well, I'd say the stir fry and the deli. And they like the grill, like hamburgers and french fries and things like that. Pizza.
So you are the stir fry person, right?
That's right.
Now, is this something that's only offered at Woodward?
Yes, it is. A lot of people like it. Cook a lot of food, and we prepare it right on the spot, so.
It has a wide variety. You can get candy and chips and nachos and deli. Anything you want here, kind of fix it yourself, as opposed to just being served whatever they're having that day.
What's the best part about the dining service here at Ball State?
The people, cashier ladies are really nice.
On each floor, a fellow student has been designated your resident assistant, or RA. This is the person that you can go to with just about any concern about your experience here at Ball State. What's the best part about being an RA?
Probably the best part are the people that you meet and the challenges that you take on, because you know they're going to last your lifetime, so it's really helpful.
What do you think about your RA? Is that a good idea to have an RA on every floor?
Yeah, but there could be a lot of conflicts otherwise, and I know my RA, Brad Hoggett, has been really helpful with on our floor with conflicts and things, so yeah, they're real helpful. They get through training and stuff.
Do you like your RA?
Yes, I love her.
Do you think it's a good idea to have an RA on every floor?
Yes, somebody that if you need anything, she's always there.
There are so many responsibilities of an RA that it's just impossible to list them all. But the main one is just to be a friend / advisor at the same time. Your job is to keep peace on the floor without hurting anybody's feelings, without being a jerk. We check visitation. On weekdays it's midnight, and on weekends it's 2 a.m. So we make sure the males are on the male floors and the females are on the female floors.
What about your social life? Remember, you're right in the middle of everything. Each hall is also a part of a very active intramural sports program. The Department of Recreation program sponsors all sorts of sports, from softball to basketball and everything in between. You can also join in on making decisions about your residence hall life by being part of your hall council and the Residence Hall Association. These are groups of friends from your hall that plan activities and organize things like floats for parades.
There are a lot of dorm activities during the springtime. There's always the volleyball games outside, basketball games. There's a lot of friendliness here on campus. Being in the dorms, there's tons of programs that you can get involved with either here in your dorm or in other dorms. It always gives you something to do. You're never bored, and it's convenience.
Oh, there's always something to do. I can't find the time. And I wish I didn't have to sleep.
Why don't you tell us about some of the activities that go on here in the dorms?
Oh, there's dances and karaoke a lot, movies that they plan. The RAs, I think, put a lot of work into it.
Oh, there's all kinds of activities and you're never bored.
Do you like living with this many people?
Oh, yes. I'm living in the dorms next year, so.
Intramural sports, basketball, football. Didn't get involved this spring, the spring sports, intramurals. That's pretty much all I really do. I have time for. I do the TEACH program too, which is a tutoring program for elementary schools around here. We went paintballing in Indianapolis. We've also done, we've had a date auction.
Another RA and I are planning tomorrow. We're going to Kings Island. We called up the Ball State. We got 4 vans reserved, and we're taking 52 people from this building and driving over to Kings Island as our pre-finals breakout kind of thing. We get the guys together and just go over to the gym and play dodgeball sometimes, one wing against the other wing, and sometimes we just get together and eat pizza.
What's even more important than your social life? Your grades! Well, once again, it's been proven that students living on campus tend to have higher grade point averages than their counterparts off campus. Many halls offer free tutoring, and there are computer hookups in each room. Some halls have computer labs that are reserved specifically for students living in that residential complex. Well, there it is, a quick tour of the residence halls and the dining services that you have to look forward to next fall. Because when you're on campus, you have it all. A great location, a variety of dining choices, and the opportunity to make a lot of great friends. Something else that should interest your parents, according to the Ball State University Office of Scholarships and Financial Aid, living in a residence hall costs at least $400 less per academic year than living off campus. And campus living provides more security and less hassles. Let's face it, on-campus living is easy living.